will be capturing the ideas from the tables in their entirety, so don't feel that your points aren't made in the public gathering now that they will be lost. And the last group. Yeah.
So we discussed several issues related to deprived areas, but when it came to pin down and just choose one, actually here we just thought that after all this conversation, understanding that holistic approach is required, we just decided that we can't choose down to one, and we end up packing it nicely under that leadership is required for development of holistic strategy for addressing deprived aspects. And under that, we understand that needs assessment firstly to understand, because within London there are different boroughs and they are different with their deprivation. So each borough needs to do its own assessment and understand what are the needs, what are the deprivation, what is the score of deprivation, etc. within that area. Then going through planning and programming, it's not enough. You plan perfectly, then the programs are not addressing what you planned, and then eventually there is not enough finances to run it. So all those things need to be thought through in initial stages when you are organizing all these responses. Then development, once you have all this, then you need infrastructure and resources in order to implement those. So we need to develop structures to implement and good ideas in order to address the issue. Then we discussed also important aspect of information and knowledge and population awareness. And under talking about that, we also understand that leadership is not by the government, but also involvement of community leaders and community participation in developing all these programs. And the key thing that we all discussed is the discrimination that is coming like a threat all over the issue. And this is something that needs to be addressed when you are planning the activities and creating those strategies. Have I missed anything?
Covered a lot of ground, I think. Okay. Any final burning issues raised in those last three groups that people want to raise? Or are you happy that in your groups we've captured the key points in addition to what people have raised? Yeah.
This is just a general point. The National Obesity Forum is looking back over its 10 years and trying to decide what it did worst. And what we did worst was to actually use the word obesity. I have to say that if you can produce a strategy which does not use that word, it will be a far better strategy. The National Child Measurement Program started off life as measuring childhood obesity. It failed lamentably. 48% of children were measured. The very next year, it was renamed, rebranded, double the number of people turned up.
Well, thank you for that thought. Yep, one last point later there, and I think we probably just need to move the signs up. Lady in the black jacket.
With respect to what Boris made earlier about focusing on the positive rather than negative, anyone who's ever tried to diet knows how difficult it is to deny yourself something you want. And just wanting to focus on making sure that we're focusing on what kids, we were focusing on early years, and one of our group mentioned that something come out very recently saying how young people have never consulted on what they would like to be doing. So I think we need to start asking kids if they were going to be doing something, what would it be? And it might be skateboarding, it might be breakdancing, it might be disco dancing, all of those things. They would then voluntarily, what they would ask to do or want to do, great, I think. And if we can focus less on depriving people from doing things they want to do and things they like eating and things that are bad for people, and focus more on everything that people really want to do, I think we'll have much more success.
Thank you for that very positive and constructive thought. Just want to check before I move to the concluding remarks whether there's anything from the panel you would like to say.
One thing I haven't heard very much about is the built environment, and so I think we're going to have to give some more attention to that.
So more thought to the built environment to make sure we don't lose sight of it. Okay, good to wrap up now. I think it's been from our position here as part of the Mayor's team, it's been a fantastic opportunity to really raise awareness and engage with people across a number of different fields. So I'd like to thank you all very much for coming. We very much see part of our role as having to galvanise the debate, but to do it in a way that is based on evidence, because that is the most compelling way forward. So thank you for coming. I hope you will stay for lunch and network amongst yourselves. And we will be taking this work forward, both in terms of the ongoing work between the two universities, but also here in London with respect to our health inequality strategy. So thank you very much.